Hi, welcome to Gina's business related training. We are actually going to create 2 flyers on 1 page. Ready? First thing you want to do, turn your ruler bar on. There, ruler bar's on. Turn your paragraph markers on. That will show each time you hit the enter key. Next thing, we're going to make sure this prints sideways. We're going to go to page layout, orientation, landscape. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to set our margins. We're still in page layout. We're going to go margins. We want a 1/2 inch margin all the way around. There we go. We're going to put our flyer in a table. 1 row, 4 columns. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust our columns. Here we go. Double arrow means I can move. Double arrow means I can move. Okay, the first thing I want to do is I want to adjust our columns exactly. So I'm going to highlight that one, right mouse, table properties. I'm going to go to columns. I want it to be exactly a 1/2 inch. I want a 1/2 inch between the flyers on both sides. I want right mouse on that, table properties. I want to make that column a 1/2 inch. That's the beauty about using tables. You can actually set exactly what you want. This one over here, I want this flyer to be 4.5 inches. I'm going to click on it, right mouse, table properties, 4.5. Okay, notice what happens to my table. That one's longer, and I'm going to do the same thing to that one. Right mouse on it, use that black arrow, table properties. I want that to be 4.5. Okay. Now, I'm going to go to home, click off of this. My table is not exactly even, so that's the first thing I'm going to do is click over here on this table handle, little square, and I'm going to center the table. Now my table's even on both sides, and I have a 1/2 inch in between. The next thing I'm going to do is I am going to go ahead and paste my flyer information in here. I typed it in another Word document. That's just to speed up this training. And I'm just going to go ahead and right mouse, paste. Okay, there it is. And since it's already in the computer's memory, I'm also going to come over here, right mouse, paste it on that side too. Okay, there's my flyer. Let's blow it out. I needed to give it some creativity, something where people will look at it. So I am going to insert a picture, which is in a frame. Here we go. And when I do that, it pops down to page 2. Oh well, I'm just going to go up here into arrange, and I'm going to say text wrapping in front of text. The reason I like it in front of text is because I can pop it down and put it where I want it as far as, so I'm going to bring it a little bit below the line there, and I'm going to blow this up so you can see it. Since it's selected, you can tell by all these little squares and circles around it, I'm going to use my arrow key so I can just move it over ever so slightly. And you know what, I'm going to move it back there a little bit. Now I'm also going to copy this to the other side. So I'm going to right mouse copy, and I'm going to come over here and I'm going to right mouse paste. And what happens, it actually pastes it over here. So no big deal, I'm just going to bring it over there. Oh, and if I don't like where it's at, I'm going to just move it down. And I'm using the border lines as a guide here. And you'll notice that, see, they're at the same place. Okay. And I'm actually going to use my arrow keys to position this one where I want it. I'll put it right over there. And if I'm not sure, I'm going to go ahead and hold the shift key down, click on both of them, and I'm going to go through format, arrange, and I'm going to go ahead over here to align, and I'm going to tell them to align to top, which means I know now they're exactly where they're supposed to be. And since they're already highlighted, the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go to I'm already there on format, makes it easy. I'm going to put these in black and white, or in other words, shades of gray. The reason I want to do that is because marketing is a numbers game. I want to get as many flyers as I can printed. Black and white is not as expensive as color. Okay, the last thing I want to do is I want to take my borders off my table. I just used them for a guideline. So first I'm going to click anywhere off just to unselect the two things. And you'll notice over here I got this nice little table handle, that little square thing. And I'm going to go right over here to design again, because that's where my border button is. And I'm going to say no borders. Okay. Now I have no more borders, but you see the dotted lines. Those are just guidelines. Those do not print. However, I do want a cutting line. And I'm going to pop over here and I'm going to say left border. Now I have a cutting line. So let's pop that out so you can see. I got two flyers on one page. I'm going to go ahead and take off my markers here. And what I notice is smaller margin on top than I do a bottom margin. So I'm going to go ahead and print preview is my best friend. And yours too if you're working with graphics. Because you can go over to the ruler bar over here and you can just drop it. Whoa, look at that nice flyer. Even margins all the way around. Now here's what you can do. You can actually print this and then fold it in half. And if that line is exactly in your fold line, then you know that you got what you want and everything's perfect. Now, some printers will have margin problems. They will have a lesser margin than what you see on screen. So what you do is you print it, you fold it in half. If that line is not where it should be, you come back in here and you can actually adjust this table line in the middle where you can go that way or you can go that way until you can adjust them for your printer.